And I'm going to tell you now the 5 sources of knowledge from where we use to come to facts and conclusions. And in doing so, we need to first of all use these sources to prove the existence of God, Allah, and the Quran, the divine revelation sent by God. These are the 2 sources that will make us believe everything else. If I don't believe in God and Allah, I'm not going to believe in any angel. I'm not going to believe in the hereafter. What's the point? Who's going to judge me? Who created me? If I don't believe in a divine revelation, the Quran, or if the original Bible was with us, but as Muslims we believe that it's been slightly altered, or altered a lot, but the Quran, then I don't have a source, an authority, to tell me what the angels are and why they're here. I can't believe in angels like that. So, in order to talk about God's existence and the Quran, I'll just quickly summarize and make it as easy as possible for you to understand something called the 5 sources of knowledge. And in doing so, I'm going to illustrate an example, and I'm going to refer to it back and forth. Imagine you saw a house, beautiful, magnificent house, big house. You saw it with your eyes. You can touch the door, you see it. You can take a photo of it. You can enter it. And that house has a manual that describes the piping system, the electricity, the foundations, everything. Big, massive book like this, correct? Obviously, that house has a builder, and engineers, and architects, and so on. And you need to live somewhere, you need a shelter. All right. Having said all these, let's now explain the 5 sources of knowledge, referring back to this example. The first source of knowledge in knowing things is called authority. The second one is called intuition. The third one is called inductive reasoning. The fourth one is called deductive reasoning. And the 5th one is called empirical evidence. Who's heard of these before? Allah, mashallah, beautiful. So we want to make it as easy as possible, as much as I can. Because I believe Muslims, we should educate ourselves more and more in understanding these areas. And then Allah will assist you in going even further, but within your capability. Authority means that you have written evidence, reported evidence, qualification, a book, a person who knows their stuff, a doctor, an engineer, somebody, an organization, a person in power, okay? Authority. Using the house, the authority here for you to ask, does this house exist? Is this house built well? What is inside this house? Did the builder build it? You need some authority. So you come with this qualification and this paperwork that is endorsed that says engineers, builders took part in building this house, it's got council approval and so on. You with me? Now you've got the authority to say this house is legitimate. Next step. The second source of evidence is called intuition. You as a human being need a shelter. Your instinctive nature has caused you to look for a house. Looking for a house is natural human nature. Therefore, a house or something of a shelter should exist. And so you went for a search, on a journey to find your shelter. You with me? It's called intuition. No one needs to tell you you need a house. You don't need to teach your baby. The baby normally knows it needs to shelter. It works it out through instinctive nature. Like, we move now to the third source of knowledge, inductive reasoning. What is inductive reasoning? It's working down, up, looking at something small or specific, and then coming up with a general conclusion. Let me give you an example of the house. So if I say, who built this house? Is it a monkey? Is it a giraffe? Is it a human? What kind of human? Is it a builder? Is it an auto mechanic? Is it a hairdresser? Who built this house? My dad? Who? A baby? In order to come to that conclusion without seeing the builder, I start looking at the house specifically. I look at the doorknob, I look at the corridor, I look at the ceiling, I step on it, I look at how it's built, and then I analyze with my head. This is pretty good structure, there's design, and there's a purpose for it. Like, the roof is up like that, the door is there for a reason, that corridor is there for a reason, this is there for a reason, and it's got design. The person, that means it must be an intelligent being. Not any intelligent being, it has to be someone who is quite knowledgeable and qualified and experienced and beyond just a normal human being. It has to be a human being, well, beyond just any human being, it has to be a human being with these great qualifications, experience and know-how. Without seeing the builder, that's called inductive reasoning. I worked out that someone who is a human, who has had capability to build this house this way, has built it with design and purpose. We move to the third source of knowledge, deductive reasoning. This is the other way around. I start big and I go small, up, down. So I start with something general and I work out something small. So looking at the house, deductive reasoning. I meet the builder, or I say, if there is a builder, then the only way to prove that he is truly a builder, then I will look at the house. A true builder should have the ability to build a good house, foundational house, one with design. A builder should be able to do this and that and that. So then I go and study the house, and based on that I say, yep, he's a real builder. That's called deductive reasoning. I just worked out all this. The final one is empirical evidence. And that's by touching, seeing, experimenting, moving the door, tapping on the walls, opening the taps. This is now observable, experimental. Are you with me now? Okay. I can work out an acronym for those names. Sources of knowledge are A-I-I-D-E, aid. Okay, for those of you who want to learn it. All right. Now let's look at coming into the world of the angels, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran. Using these sources of knowledge, Allah, God. Authority. My authority is what? The Quran. The Quran is the authority. Oh, I forgot to say, the builder. What's the authority for the builder? The manual. Okay, what do I know? How do I know the builder is the proper builder? I look at his or her qualifications. Correct? The Quran is the qualification. All I have to make sure is if the Quran is legitimate. That's another story. I can go through the 5 sources again. Once I establish that the Quran is the authority, I look at intuition. Every human being has an instinctive nature from when they're born to ask the question, who made me? Where did I come from? Why am I here? I look around, as a human being, I ask questions. I see people dying, I say, death is inevitable, it's guaranteed. Why? When am I going to die? And where did these people go? Where did I come from? How was I born? Why? The fact that you think like that is called intuition. It is instinctive. You don't need anything outside or evidence to tell you, you just know it. You love someone, you say, I love them. You can't tell me I do or don't. I don't need science, I don't need anything. I say, okay, that's intuition. And that is what the Prophet ﷺ said. Every newborn is born on a natural instinct, which is called fitrah. in Arabic. Fitra, natural inclination that Allah created you to know that you are created by a creator, to worship God, to worship Allah. He said, but his parents either turn him or her into a Jew or a Christian or a fire worshipper, or society does it to him. So things around you change you. So there is an instinctive nature. Modesty is nature, for example. So when you observe a child, you see intuition. Where did I come from? Who is Allah? My intuition will make me start thinking about Allah, unless I don't want to think about it. Number 3, inductive reasoning. Tayyib, Allah, God. Inductive, I look at the small things first. I look at around me. The tree, the sky, the clouds, myself, my fingerprints, the laws of nature, everything. Through that process, I have a logical progression to take me back to analyze. There has to be a magnificent creator of this universe. It couldn't have come from nothing, and it couldn't have created itself in that way. And one of the greatest things that we look at are 2 things. I just said them before. Design, purpose, and a 3rd one is called, it abides by a law. Everything in the universe, including you, right down to the subatomic organisms, things that are inside of your atom, down, all the way into the cell and beyond the cell, and beyond this universe, has a law governing it. And it has a design and purpose. The fact that I look at that, my mind takes me back to say there has to be a magnificent creator. Going to deductive reasoning, thinking about God, Allah, I say, okay, if there is a God of this whole universe, then this God must be able to be all-powerful, must be able to create, and his creation must be design and purpose, and must be this and must be that. So now I observe, and I come to the conclusion, yep, the builder of this universe truly stands to that standard that I just looked at. And finally, empirical evidence. God cannot be proven through empirical evidence. You cannot observe God, touch God, experiment with God, measure God. A'udhu billah. That has been hidden from our eyes. The angels have been hidden from our eyes. The hereafter has been hidden from our eyes. That's the test. Instead, Allah gave us the other 4 sources of knowledge. As for the empirical knowledge, watching and observing, through our observation, we can come to conclusions. And by the way, all these observations that we see, they have to work with the 4 sources of knowledge: intuition, authority, inductive and deductive reasoning. Okay, I'll give you one more example of that inductive and deductive reasoning, because some of you I may have lost you. Looking at this table over here, did you see who designed it? Answer. Did you see who designed it? No. If I told you a monkey designed it, would you believe me? No? Okay. By looking at the table, why would you believe a human designed it? Because we all know, intuitively and through observation, only a human has the capability and intelligence to make it. So now you decide it's a human. What kind of human? A human, well, what level, what standard, what intelligence? An intelligence with experience to know how to design this through a machine, correct? All right. In order for me to believe that that's the machine that designed it, I've got to go look at the machine, or what you tell me about the machine has to have the capabilities of making a table. So I say, can it smooth it out? Can it do this? Has it got the measurement? I say, yeah. And then we say, okay. Right? I need the table, that's my intuition. Okay, person who made it, there's a purpose. And I have a manual of how to use it. Now going back to the house. What's hidden in the house that you cannot see? Huh? The piping, can you see it? The electric networking, electricity, all the electrical work, can you see it? What about the foundation under the house? Can you see it? You can't see it. What about what's within the walls and all that? Can you see it? You can't see it. You can't see that. I need some source of knowledge here. What's a source of knowledge I can use? Now that I know the builder built it, I've got the paperwork that the house is legitimate, I've looked at it, it's legitimate, it's designed, there's someone behind it, worked it out, it's a good house, but I don't know anything about the piping. Now I have to just go back and do what? One more thing I can do. If I want to know about the piping and everything, I resort to the manual that was given to me with diagrams, and I can go and ask the builder who can give me more information. Isn't that correct? So authority, the book, and the builder. I don't need to know anything anymore because the builder can tell me. Now I'll believe anything the builder in the manual tells me. Coming to the angels now. If you've established that Allah exists, God, the Magnificent, and you believe that Allah has sent down the final revelation, the Quran, and it's perfect and it's truly from Allah, now you can believe in the angels. All I have to do is tell you, Allah told us about the angels and He gave us a manual, the Quran, to explain it. He also sent us messengers and prophets to further explain what is in the Quran. And here we have all these reports and narrations with us.